in efforts to combat the coronavirus global pandemic. Well, world leaders convened a meeting held via video link on Wednesday dubbed Extraordinary China-Africa Summit on Solidarity Against COVID-19. Nearly 8 million cases of the coronavirus have been confirmed globally and more than 445,000 reported deaths. Despite the effects of COVID-19, leaders believed that countries have formidable tasks of combating the virus while stabilizing the economy and protecting people's livelihood. Let's have more details of that in this report.
The Extraordinary China-Africa Summit on Solidarity Against COVID-19 wrapped up on Wednesday with highlights of the need to uphold relations and multilateralism in bringing the global pandemic under control. The President of the People's Republic of China, presidents of African countries, the United Nations and the World Health Organization called for global solidarity to combat the COVID-19 pandemic in a joint communique issued after a virtual extraordinary summit. According to the communique, the world leaders reaffirmed deep concern over the unprecedented and consequent challenges posed by the global spread of the COVID-19, especially its impact on the lives of the African people. The chairman of the African Union, Cyril Ramaphosa, president of South Africa, said the pandemic demands solidarity, global cooperation and collaboration.
To President Xi and the government and the people of China for their generous donations of various diagnostic as well as therapeutic medical equipment. As the countries of Africa, we have acted decisively and in unison to respond to the threat of COVID-19.
The AU established an African COVID-19 Response Fund as a key intervention to mobilize and direct resources towards the continent's response to this challenge. However, the economic global turndown has dealt a severe blow to the African continent as it has to the rest of the world. The AU chairman urged China to respond to Africa's call on the international community to avail some unused special drawing rights of around $100 million for Africa to provide additional liquidity to shore up the private sector. President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, who co-chaired the Extraordinary China-Africa Summit, urged that both Africa and China face the formidable task of combating the COVID-19.
China cherishes the traditional friendship with Africa. No matter how the international landscape may evolve, China shall never waver in its determination to pursue greater solidarity and cooperation with Africa. I am convinced that humanity will ultimately defeat the virus and that the Chinese and African people are poised to embrace better days ahead.
The summit, held via video link, was jointly proposed by China, South Africa, the rotating chair of the African Union, and Senegal, the co-chair of the Forum on China-African Cooperation. Currently, Africa has over 250,000 confirmed infections of the coronavirus and more than 6,700 deaths. Although the number of infections in Africa is currently lower than elsewhere in the world, there is an expectation that the worst is still to come, with terrible social and economic consequences. For iAfrica News, I am Juldenjai Suare.